Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Josh Ring. I am one of Josh's assistants. I'm sure you guys have heard my names. Maybe you've been in his training groups before and seen posts from me, but I'm kind of the behind the scenes guy. I kind of accomplish all the behind the scenes tasks, any documents that need to be made, anything fun like that. I'm the one who puts my hand to all those different things. And so Josh wanted me to go ahead and hop on and create a module specifically dedicated to the app for the Push Life community. And with that being said, I just want to first say welcome to the Push Life community. I know as somebody that works with Josh every single day, I get the opportunity to see his excitement level for different groups and things that he's doing. And I can promise you this, he is more excited about this Push Life community than any other training I've ever seen him be excited for. It's going to be a game changer. It really will be the training to end all trainings. He is going to put all his time and energy, and we're really trying to take some things and focus his time and energy to be able to really just hop into the community and make it everything that he kind of envisions. And I promise you, it will be valuable to you. But just back to the app, we wanted to have a place where you could go and something, and maybe a video that we could post at the beginning of each month so that everybody could kind of get an idea of how the app works, how the health bet works. And since I'm the one who kind of coordinates that and does all the tracking for the 85% that we'll talk about later, he figured what better way than just have me hop on, give you guys a video, get you guys a chance to hear from me. I'm kind of the behind the scenes. I don't know if you've ever emailed, you talked to Lish, and obviously you guys all know Josh. So I'm kind of the one of the team who just kind of plays in the background. So hey, here I am making my debut. So let's go ahead and talk about the app. First thing that's important, obviously, is to understand how to download the app. We got to get it on your phone. If you can't have it on your phone, you're not gonna be able to access anything. So the first thing you need to do, if you're an Apple user, super easy. Apple is obviously user friendly. I'm all Apple everything, Apple all day, whatever you want to call it. And so all you have to do in the Apple app is go to the App Store, search Creating Your Push Life, and you will find the app here. Let me show you what the icon looks like. I don't even know if you're able to see it. It's the one right there, that little icon there, Creating Your Push Life. You just download it that way. If you are an Android user, you go to your Google Play Store, and they're a little bit more difficult, but it's still pretty easy to find. All you have to do is all one word, lowercase, no caps, no spaces, just Creating Your Push Life. So no spaces, no caps, just all one word, Creating Your Push Life, and you should be able to find it. The icon should look the same, just say Creating Your Push Life. So you'll want to go ahead and download the app. Once you do that, if you are watching this video live and you're trying to do everything step by step with me, you can go ahead and pause the video, download the app, and then so the next step we're going to get to is how to log in. By now, if I'm posting this video, or if Josh is posting this video, or Lish is posting this video, that means that the app is ready to go. That means that all your names have been added. Any new people to the community, all you have been added. So we will always wait to post this video until everybody new has access to the app, so that you can go ahead and log in right away as soon as you see this video. So you'll get to your login screen, and I wish I had a better way of doing this for you, but this will work. This is your login screen here. You'll see there's a spot for your sign in and your password. Now your email address is going to be whatever email address you gave Lish. So usually it's going to be your PayPal email address, typically what everybody uses. If you happen to use, your husband's or your wife's PayPal and needed to have it switched, and you contacted Lish about that, it is going to be whatever email address you have been using with Lish to get everything coordinated will be the one that she would have sent over to our app guy. So we'll go ahead and put that in, and then the password, as of right now, and I will update the video if need be, as of right now, we're trying to keep it simple every month to make sure that the password stays the same, make it easy for new people to access and for continued people to keep access. So the password will just be Push Life, all lowercase, all one word, Push Life, and you hit login. All right. Once you get there, most of you will not see this screen yet. I'm already kind of a step ahead. You will probably just see the background image, and it'll look blank. But if you notice in the top corner there's those three little lines. If you hit those three little lines, it'll bring up your weeks. Now this group is an ongoing group. Every single day, Josh will be, keeping you guys updated and different things like that. So it is an ongoing group. But for the sake of the app and for the sake of the health bet, it runs in 4-week increments. So as you know, some months have more than 4 weeks. Some months have a 5th week or whatever it may be. This past, for October, we actually had a 5th week. So every once in a while, you'll have a week where you're not actually recording in the app. Now, obviously, Josh wants you to continue to do the activities of the app, even if it falls on a week. Every quarter, basically, there'll be a week in between where you can't actually update the app. But that's okay. You can still do your work. You can still follow the tasks. But as far as for the sake of the health bet, for the sake of giving us a way to properly track and to be able to, make sure everybody's doing their 85%, we did have to keep it at a 4-week increment. So you'll see once you hit those 3 little lines, it'll bring up your weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is going to be week 1. We'll select week 1, and then it'll bring up your days. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then of course Sunday is an optional day. You can do however little or however much work you want to do. There will be no tracking on Sundays. And also for Monday of week 1 is an optional day. It won't count for you. It won't count against you. It's a day that gives us time to be able to make sure we get everybody in the app, make sure everybody gets acquainted, make sure everybody can log in. Oftentimes there's login issues or things like that. So the Monday of week 1 is going to be a free day. So it won't count for you, won't count against you. You can go in there though. I do always tell people that they should go in there and they should go ahead and record on Monday. Just to make sure that they know how to use the app so that whenever things start counting on Tuesday, things start counting. So you want to make sure you're already familiar with the app, how it works. It's super user friendly. It's super easy, but it is still nice and kind of reassuring to know that you know what you're doing. So we go into Monday. Might not actually work for me because I already done Mondays. Okay, so I'm going to go through each one of these things. You can't see it at all on my recording here, and that's totally fine because I'm trusting that you're following along with me. So we're just going to go down the line and kind of just explain to you what each one of these things is. Because I know there'll be questions, but hopefully I can answer all of them for you. And of course, if there are questions at the end, you're more than welcome to post them in the comments, and Josh will get to them or myself will get to them, and we'll make sure that you guys are adequately being able to use this app. So the first thing is use your product. That's one thing that should be a hand down given. There'll be people from all businesses in this community. So we wanted to just kind of keep it as a blanket. Use your product. Whatever your product is, you need to be using your product. If you're not living by your product, it's going to be kind of tough to sell the value of your product if you're not actually using it. So that should be pretty self-explanatory to make sure you are using your product. The next thing on here is connect post on social media. So connect is more of a subcategory saying that this is part of connecting is you just need to make a post on social media every single day. I know that Josh actually encourages 2 posts a day. I will go ahead and post a document in here that just kind of shows Josh's system for those of you who have never gone through the art of recruiting. To know kind of what kind of posts Josh encourages. We'll go ahead and post that document, and it just kind of shows different posts you can do for engagement. There's different types of posts, whether maybe breadcrumbing or engagement posts or just different things like that to basically encourage people to comment on your post. Basically just a way of ensuring engagement on your post. So I'll post that as well. But yeah, he wants you to at least post at least once, maybe twice every single day on social media. The next thing is connect new combos. So that's basically just any new conversation that you start with anybody, whether that's somebody that commented on a post or somebody that showed interest before, any new conversation. He's going to want, I know Josh will say this, he wants you to set for these things. You say, well, how many combos do I need to do? And the next item is invites. How many invites do I need to do? Well, really, it's just kind of dependent on you, where your business is at. But you want to Josh is real big on setting BHAG goals. So big, hairy, audacious goals. So goals that really, your goal should make you want to puke. That's the whole concept. For those of you that are maybe new to, I think most of you guys probably already know Josh, but if you're new to Josh, one of his famous hashtags is let's puke together. And that's really just saying setting goals that are so big and so out there that they almost make you sick to your stomach, just thinking like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna reach that goal. And so really, whenever you think about what kind of goals do I need to set for this app, it's really completely up to you where you're at in your business, maybe what time you have in the day to be able to do something like this. And I'll give you just an example of what he requires in Art of Recruiting: 20 combos, 10 invites. Now, some of you, maybe you're at a place in your business where you're still working full time and you don't have time to make that many combos. That's totally fine. Set a goal for yourself. What's a good number for you? Maybe it's 10 combos or maybe it's 5 invites. But whatever it is, set your own personal goal and then use the app to just say, hey, I did my goal. So everybody in here, your goal might be different. Somebody could be doing great and they have, they're working their biz full time. And so they might be doing 100 new combos a day, so it's going to depend. It's going to vary for different people. So just keep that in mind, set your goals and stick to them. This is more of just keeping the app's purpose is more for accountability to make sure that you are reaching for the goals that you set for yourself continuously and just always going after those things. So we got connect new combos. We talked about that one. Invites, self-explanatory, to invite people, whether that be to a challenge group or to a Facebook group of some sort. Maybe you're doing some sort of special thing that you're running, a freemium, whatever it may be. Invite is just inviting people to those things. Maybe you have an business opportunity, just whatever that may be, just inviting. And like that's the same as new combos. You want to set your goal for each and every day, what you want that to look like, and then just check yes on here whenever you accomplish that. The next thing on here is personal development. I'm going to assume that everybody knows what personal development is, but I also understand that maybe you don't. Maybe you've never done personal development. You've never dived into it. I know that a year ago, before I started working with Josh, I didn't really I kind of knew what personal development was, but I didn't really understand it fully. And personal development is really just anything you can do to develop something on the inside of you, whether that be reading a book, whether that be watching videos, whether that be checking out some of Josh's trainings or somebody else's, training. Maybe it could be anything. Personal development is anything that is going to develop you, anything that's going to help you grow, whether that's helping grow, yourself within your business or outside of your business, maybe just to grow as a better person, or maybe there's tons of leadership books out there, just anything you can do to grow you. And then the last thing on here for most of us is going to be affirmations. Affirmations is basically every single day you should be speaking affirmations to yourself. There's a science behind it. And even though I may not understand it with my natural mind, there is a science behind really just telling yourself every single day that I'm better. And essentially your affirmations, this is one thing that Josh teaches, your affirmations should always, always, always be centered around attacking your limiting beliefs. So maybe your limiting belief is, I'm not worthy of this thing. I'm not even worthy of this goal that I have for my business. I'm not worthy of that. Well, then you need to wake up every single day and say, you know what? I am worthy. I am worthy of this thing. Or maybe you're saying, I'm not capable. I've never done anything. I've never graduated college. How can I own a business? You say, no, we wake up every single day and you counteract that by saying, no, I am capable. I am capable of doing these things that I've set aside for myself, because we all are. All of us. I'll tell you right now, and I'm just not even my time to motivate people, but I'll tell you this. You are worthy. You are capable. I promise you, we all have something on the inside of us that, whether you believe it or not, has been placed there. You were born with a potential that's out of this world, and it's time for us to tap into that thing. So now the next thing you'll see is you'll notice these next two items. They have in parentheses and a little asterisk that says expansion mode only. Now, expansion mode is anybody that is working their business full-time. It means you don't have a full-time job. You're working your business full-time. You're not working, somewhere else and trying to balance your business as well. This is strictly for people that are already working full-time in their business. And these two things are connected to your team. So you obviously, if you're working your business full-time, you have some sort of team. You need to make sure you're connecting with them in some way, some form, whether that's your whole team or a single person on your team, whatever that may be. You need to be connecting with your team each and every day. And then the next thing is business development. Just like personal development focuses on developing your person, developing who you are, developing and growing yourself, your business development should focus on developing your business, whether that's going out and learning Facebook ads training, whether that's, reading a book that teaches you how to, I know Josh is reading a book right now called Profit First that he's super excited about, and just doing some things to change how he runs his business. So just anything like that can help develop your business. And then once you fill out those things, you just literally, it's just, I'm going to go ahead and fill it out here. Just say yes to all these things. And I know one question that comes up is, can you go in here and fill out like one item and then come back to it later? You can't. So you need to, maybe if you need a, on paper, write down what you've done throughout the day, like if you're splitting up your work throughout the day or however that may look, but you can only record one time. So at the end of the day, you'll want to go in and just hit yes to all the things that you did for that day. And then once you do, you hit submit and you're done. And now on mine, I don't know how it'll look for everybody. On mine, I always have to touch this little white bar at the top. Or maybe, there we go. And it'll bring me back to be able to come back in here tomorrow and track. And essentially that's what you do every single day. You'll just, you'll open up your app. You'll go in here. Every single day is the same. It's the same activity. So this is the purpose of this is to get you in the habit of doing the same things continuously, to focus on doing things that are going to help grow your business. I know that one thing that we all get caught up in is that having a social media business can be dangerous for the simple fact that there's so much on social media, whether that be videos or friends posts or pictures of kids or whatever it may be, that you hop on to try to do some stuff for your job, for your business, and all of a sudden you find yourself on so-and-so's page, commenting about all their dog photos. And that's, that's not going to help grow your business. So the app really is just focused on getting you to make sure every single day you're focused on doing the right things for your business. And that's really the app. The app is super self-explanatory. Hopefully I've explained it extremely well. I try to go through every single thing and make sure that that we all know how to do the app. So if you do have any further questions, you can feel free to go ahead and comment in the comment thread below. Also, if you have any issues with logging in, recording, if you notice the app doing something funny, if you notice it's just loading or whatever it may be, any issues you may have at any point during the month, you need to make sure that you email Lish at legacyleadershiptulsa@gmail.com. That's legacyleadershiptulsa@gmail.com. That way there she can go ahead and either help you fix the problem, or while we're having our app guy fix the problem, she will record it in our Excel spreadsheet to make sure that whenever I start tracking at the end of the month, that I can count whatever days. So like, let's say you can't use your app for a week, but you've been working every single day. Well, Lish will record that so that I know that if I look and I'm tracking and I'm looking for your 85%, I notice, hey, you haven't done work for a week. I can look at the spreadsheet and say, oh, it's because they had app issues, and I can still give you credit for those days, even though you technically couldn't record in the app. We definitely don't want to short anybody. We want I would love for everybody to complete their 85% at the end of the month. That's the true victory, is if everybody in here would be able to do that, because I know that the testimonies that would come from that would be insane. Okay, so last but not least, before I get off, I wanted to talk to you one thing about the health vet. I know that a lot of you have probably been in Josh's trainings that included health vets before, but I just want to kind of give you a quick breakdown of how those work. Essentially, the way those work is $25 of what you spend gets put into a pot. So we take it, we put it into a separate bank account, and it stays there. So there's a total amount of however many people are in the month, however many paid. There'll be a pot full of those $25 entries. Essentially, at the end of the month, we will run a report off of this app, and I will go through and individually count all of your activities in each one of those sections for the entire month. Now, the way that works is I will go through and I'll look at each individual section. So we talked about use your product. You have to do 85% of each activity. See, sometimes there's confusion there. Sometimes people think that's only 85% of all the activities combined for the whole month. Not how it works, okay? You have to do 85% of each activity. That means that I will go in and individually check, did you do 85% did you use your product 85% of the time? Did you connect on social media 85% of the time? Did you invite 85% of the time? Each and every one of those categories, I will look and see if you completed 85% of your work in each category. If you have, hey, congratulations, you will get a split of the pot. So essentially, let's say that 50% of the people in there completed 85% and 50% didn't. Guess what that means? That means you're going to get $50 back, because you're going to get your $25 back plus the split of the remaining pot of the people that didn't complete it. It's pretty awesome. We've had some crazy returns sometimes. We've had months where, sometimes people may drop off or not complete the recording for whatever reason, and maybe only 30% of the people in the group complete it. And it's awesome to go ahead and give. So we've had a few times over the year that we were able to actually almost fully refund people for the money that they spent in groups before, because there's just enough people that didn't complete it. But like I say, I really believe that there's going to be a high percentage of people completing it, which is super exciting. I would love to see, like I said, I would love to see 100% of you completing the tasks for the month. I would love to look at that spreadsheet and just be like, wow, these are all yeses. There's yeses everywhere. It would also make it super easy for me to be able to count all the yeses. But we're just excited. And that's all I have. I just wanted to be able to give you one specific location where you can come learn about the app, learn about the health vet. And then that way there, if there's any questions, they can be focused right here. And if there's anything that was left out, any question that keeps popping up, I can easily re-record the video, and we go from there. So we just thank you guys so much for giving me the time of day to listen to this video. And like I said, my name is Josh Ring. Everybody calls me J Ring, and you'll be seeing more of me. We'll see y'all later.